I don't know what just happened. My phone just shut off. So this is part 2, continuation. Anyway, so getting back to the vitamin D3, even after Harold had cardiovascular issues as he got older and he was exposed to cold viruses, so was I, we never got sick. We never got the cold. We never got a cold. We never got the flu. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together, but I'm wondering about the vitamin D3. Now, one of the interesting things about vitamin D3 that got me really thinking about it is, if you look back to evolution, what happened as humans came out of Africa and went north? The farther north you went, the lighter your skin became. And why is that? Well, obviously, because when you're lighter skinned, you get more vitamin D3 in your blood through the sun. And there was a survival advantage. So the kids that had lighter skin survived to adulthood to reproduce. So over time, the further north you went, the lighter your skin becomes. I want to know what the vitamin D3 level is of these blacks that are getting the coronavirus at a much higher rate. Is anybody looking at that? There's obviously something happening there. That's serious. What is their vitamin D3 level? Everybody should know what that is. I'm shocked when people don't know what their vitamin D3 level is. You know, and don't just let the doctor say it's good. Because if it's under 50, that's not good. It should be well over 50. Try to get it to 70 or 80, whatever the thing is. But it should be high. So I only have anecdotal evidence for myself and the anecdotal evidence about blacks dying from the coronavirus at a much higher rate. I hope they know that. I hope they take vitamin D3. It's cheap, it's easy. Here's some of it. You can buy it anywhere, but it's vitamin D3. I say D3 because D2 is like what was put in milk. You don't want that. I also take this one with sea iodine because I think we need to have iodine in our diet. Okay? So, I do that. Now let me tell you what else I do. When I was younger, like in my late 20s, and twice in my late 20s, I got bronchitis. Like I'd get a cold or something and it would start going into my chest. And then I found this, N-acetylcysteine. It raises your glutathione levels. This is also used intravenously if you have a Tylenol overdose, acetaminophen overdose. So it's used. It detoxes your liver, but it does a ton of stuff by raising your glutathione levels. I mean, it's cheap. NAC, I call it. I take 2 of these a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And I used to also give it to Harold. But I have never since gotten bronchitis. And also, so these are just things I'm hearing about, because some people, I also take this twice a day. I take it with the NAC, the N-acetylcysteine. I take a buffered C, okay? I just don't get sick. I feel healthy. I mean, I feel healthier than I felt like in my early 30s. So, I don't know. So here's a few other things I take that are related to this coronavirus, sort of. You want to be careful with zinc, but I do take zinc. But I take zinc balance because I want to get it. You got to get the right combination with copper. So I take 10 milligrams of zinc a day with 1 milligram of copper. But during this coronavirus phase thing, I take 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. This, I used to have, like if I flossed, my gums would bleed. By the way, I never go to the dentist now. I think because I don't eat carbs. I just don't eat carbs. So I never have to go to the dentist. It's amazing. But coenzyme Q10. It's a very important heart nutrient. And I take that. I take 2 of these a day. And amazingly, I don't know what the connection is. I've never heard the connection. But amazingly, my gums never bleed. I mean, it wasn't a lot of bleeding, but I mean, they just never bleed. I have healthy gums. So what is that? Another thing I take when there's stuff going around, I don't know how much it helps, but I take mushroom extracts. There's something about mushrooms that's very good for your immune system. So I take that. Now, in addition to all this stuff, I take a lot of anti-aging things, but I'm just focusing on the things that I think are keeping me healthy. Because something is different, okay? Something is different from me. I'm 66 years old, and I do not have the problems I used to have. So what is it, okay? And clearly, this stuff isn't killing me. Clearly, something's working. So I care about you all, especially my devoted listeners. I mean, it's starting to get easier for me to do these videos on Saturdays because I feel like I'm talking to friends. I really do. I so appreciate you, and I want you all to be healthy. And what are the simple things that you can do? So I want you to do it. And then here's one final thing. When I was a kid, I got cold sores. All my siblings got cold sores. So one of the things I did was I read about BHT. Now this is when they say no preservatives. That's what they mean. So you don't want to take too much of this. It's probably hard on your liver. But one time I remember I had bronchitis, and I got over the bronchitis. But for about 6 months, if I started laughing, I would go into a coughing fit that would not quit. And I remember my boyfriend at the time, we went out to dinner with some friends, this couple, and I laughed, and then I could not stop coughing. It was awful. It was embarrassing. So I just try not to laugh. But when I started taking this, and what I do is I would get a tablespoon of olive oil, and then I'd break open 2 or 3 capsules. Well, actually 2 capsules a day. And I just did that for a couple days. And that nagging 6-month-long cough. Now granted, I was 29 years old. Never came back. And by the way, I never got cold sores again. So there's a lot of talk that there's actually books, not official books, but the kind of books you get in the health food store written by various people. There's a lot of anecdotal evidence that this somehow breaks down the herpes simplex, that simple one, the cold sore one, virus. So is it helping me now? I don't know. I don't take it. Actually, I do put it in some oil in my peanut butter. So I get a little bit of this every day. Those are my health tips. I hope you find it helpful. But of all of them, it's the vitamin D3. And know what your level is. You really need to know. We'll get through this. I'm still predicting the end of April, 1st of May, our president's going to get us back open. God, I'm so glad he's our president. Thank you. So great talking to you. Bye.